Kendrick Lamar taught me that life experience is an important part of being a good illustrator. When you're illustrating a story, you have to go based off of your personal experiences. I worked in a factory for 6 months and was a firefighter in Cookeville for several years. They paid my tuition, and I got a lot of life experience during that time that helped me grow up. Hollywood looks to these young people now to say something to the world. I have nothing against that. I think a lot of people have things to say, but I think you need life experience. With dancing, so much is about sexuality and sensuality, and without life experience it becomes much more of a performance, rather than a living, breathing entity from the soul. You have something unique that no one else has, your life experience. That's the power of you. My life experience has taught me nothing happens by chance. Even the idea of the ball in a roulette game, it's not chance it ends up in a certain place. It's forces that are at play. The main thing is that I've been studying composition for the last 4 years. I'd say it's the life experience combined with the lessons that enabled me to go much further. Americans have not only a right but a responsibility to consider the values of those who seek to lead them, whether they arise from life experience, political ideology or religious belief. We were a very small circle of writers. Everybody brought to the table their own life experience. There is something discordant about a team of speechwriters and political operatives hammering away to create an image of the real, inner, candidate. And, to be blunt, there is no necessary connection between a moving life experience and the skills necessary for leadership. My whole life experience feeds into my writing. I think that must be true for every writer. Clearly the army and combat were major influences. Just the same, you need to understand that many of the writers we have now couldn't load a revolver. The deep roles that I've gotten to play have turned my course. They've changed my life experience. I've learned from my life experience. We certainly want those at the top to do well, but if you base your entire presidency and your entire economic platform on helping them do even better, you're missing what makes the economy tick. Because not everyone has been as fortunate as Mitt Romney, you cannot base your whole approach on a life experience as rarefied as his. I don't have to go to church. The church is within me and the experience is my own. It's my life experience. U2, that's a band that never should have existed. There's no life experience in any of their songs. I will direct one day. I need some more life experience before I feel like I can do something like that comfortably. It'd be a feature, it'd be something maybe that I had in writing as well. I remember when I was 33 or 34, it was devastating because I realized I wasn't a kid anymore. The great thing about 40 was that I really felt like I had life experience and knew what I was doing now. Reading asks that you bring your whole life experience and your ability to decode the written word and your creative imagination to the page and be a co-author with the writer, because the story is just squiggles on the page unless you have a reader. The success of any stand-up act comes out of life experience. No doubt one can, in light of further study and life experience, come to repudiate past convictions. There is such a thing as old emotional pain living inside you. It is an accumulation of painful life experience that was not fully faced and accepted in the moment it arose. It leaves behind an energy form of emotional pain. Never negotiate with kids. They don't have life experience, and they don't have repercussions for bad decisions. They still get fed and housed. I wanted to escape small-town USA, to dismiss the boundaries, to explore. My life experience came from watching movies, TV, and reading books and magazines. When your culture comes from watching TV every day, you're bombarded with images of things that seem cool, places that seem interesting, people who have jobs and careers and opportunities. As our knees and hips and eyesight deteriorate, we become more dependable, less impulsive, kinder, and less moody. Psychologists call this the maturity principle. My own life experience fits this principle to a T. I believe that being an actress or being involved in a movie has to be a life experience, otherwise why go for it? I have to change me, and I have to learn things, and I have to push me and my limits. By acting, I find a freedom inside of a prison in a way. My life experience has made me realize what's important and what is not. To be a good director, you have to have good life experience. I'm getting there. I've got research, I have my own life experience I can apply, and I have my imagination. I figure no matter how old you are, it's always going to be your first marriage and no life experience is going to make you a better judge of who you should marry. I don't differentiate between Black and Latino actors. We're in the same struggle to be represented in a way that's even close to honest. And I can tell you that the amount of Latino characters I can point at and say, that's what my life experience looks like, I can't think of any off the top of my head besides Jimmy Smits in Mi Familia. Succeeding is not really a life experience that does that much good. Failing is a much more sobering and enlightening experience. When you're improvising, it's fun to find something that you can lean on that is similar to your life experience. In my opinion, that's very helpful. I think it's important and I think it's true that our life experience is going to be about our attitude, our thoughts, our beliefs, our speech and our actions. We can transform our life experience simply by changing our language. When child actors act well, they're just reacting to situations, and they're acting very real because their life experience is so short, there's no history to fall back on. I always say that improvisation is the utterance of one spirit, and it dictates your life experience, and that's how you find your concepts and your way for painting your musical picture. I have a lot of real-life experience that I can draw on, and I think that shows in the characters that I play because I'm always trying to find somebody, or find characters to play that I can identify with on a personal level or relate to, and I think it makes for a little bit more of an honest portrayal. I need time to do whatever I want to do. What happens to an actor that has no life experience? They don't know how to act as a different role. So, that's really important to do. Can you blame them? We have to filter so much information these days. But it does make it difficult for an artist. I'm 46 years old now. I've had a lot of life experience and my voice has changed. People who expect the same old me are bound to be disappointed. No, my profile has leaped over recent years, so has my life experience, and I look forward to the next 30 years being even more rewarding and satisfying than the previous 60. To want to be an actor is enough, you don't need to tell us about it. The interesting person who comes with some life experience is always the person who is going to be chosen by me. Everyone's life experience is different. I've been lucky enough, well, maybe unlucky enough, to have had a lot of friends who have had their ups and downs. And for an actor, that's good. Life experience in any regard is good. So I've seen a lot and I've had my own experiences. I have a wife, a son, and I've had some practical life experience. Along with aging comes life experience, so in every way that is consistent with even being human, Leia has changed. Sound comes out of a life experience. As we get more technically driven, the importance of people becomes more than it's ever been before. You have to utilize who you are in your work. Nobody else can do that. Nobody else can pull from your background, from your parents, your upbringing, your whole life experience. There are people hell-bent on the idea that we're a Christian band in disguise, and that we have some secret message. We have no spiritual affiliation with this music. It's simply about life experience. As an actor, your life experience is just as important as studying. Life experience is what defines our character, even if it means getting your heart broken or being lied to. You know, you need the downs to appreciate the ups. Going on the adventure or taking that risk is important. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.